Any Jerome Okyere ending Komo, and any needing Komo or a sports journalist, the engineer thoughts on what happened yesterday. Did he see it's coming? Jerome, good morning.
Good morning, Minia.
Nah, I know I'm Zana Pay.
Yami Adomboko said, think come with the accident.
Minia, did it surprise you, the outcome of the match, Enra?
Not at all. If there was any surprise at all, it's in the fact that we lost to an opponent I least expected before the tournament. But you see, in the course of the tournament, in certain things are no longer surprising. For instance, Gambia doing so well, Sierra Leone surprising virtually everybody. And Comoros, Ghana, it shouldn't be surprising. But the money yet for me as a Ghanaian, the level we sank. Okay. Comoros, they are ranked 138th on the FIFA ranking. 138th. So teams are it means show 2-0 before you come back and equalize. And then just when you thought, say, oh, we did, firepower kakra kano, we finish it. Why so with me, Rini? The opponent comes again to drive the nail into your coffin. All he says is that you are just not good or too good for that opponent. I don't know, but the developments, Nema Koso, Ewo, ye camp, Nema Koso, relative to the Black Stars there, there is no element of surprise. And you see, some of us, maybe say, if you ask maybe your producers or some of your colleagues, they will tell you, I have, right from the start of this competition, I didn't have a lot of faith. But you see, the way we are as Ghanaians, the way we've been brought up to have faith, to express confidence, to be hopeful. And yes, Anna, you are not able to really cast doom because naturally it is not part of you to be pessimistic and I say negative. Oh, it do maybe so. We have to paint the negative picture so we don't paper the cracks. Excuse me to say, it's morning TV, but you don't polish cow down to look like mayonnaise. Because as a Bukrano, and they said the way we approach this competition from the dismissal of Sike Akono to the appointment of Coach Milo to the selection of players, let me see, a scandal. And I'll give you two examples. Kudus Mohammed, he was named as part of the 28-man squad to Cameroon when they knew, I have been talking about this issue for the last 2 weeks. They knew that Kudus could not be at the tournament. Okay, I say, hey, who divert attention from focus? I mean, all of us are focusing and look at what you are talking about. But Kudus was in Portugal throughout when we knew, say, Akwanoma, as you had not kind of squad. Masama Makani said, and the Papa Mua, the Binumu serious leaders of national teams. Yomu Yene said, once the player is injured, you have a certain degree of trust because a medical situation, a health, you can't force it. But then, as you know, medical science do a chair said, so play a prayer, wait me a chair, say, oh, if you know it, wait me about, now you back, wait me about. That is what the FA did not want to tell us. And then number one, I come try and say, oh, Kudus ni prayer no, yet not can who she said, in him say, now you know it, be waiting about, missing a coming casa, because that's what is done. But Roman yet, for whatever reason, they can best explain. Number two, Wakashi. He's supposed to be one of the most experienced players we added to the squad. Now, we added Wakasu, knowing very well, say, Onosu is an injured player in camp. Why do you take players who cannot play, to a competition? Why Why do you do that? Wakasu could not even train as he should because Webra and he named as part of the 28-man squad. Number 3, some of our colleagues in camp, journalists, and for a coin be and run on catcher and say, in some of you are no Muntiminka. But I say, I see a cannon penny 40. Of the 28 players that was named, so Shema, I want to come for her, maybe Giomudi, Namfu for a war no Bineka, and Mujidi. Practically, the Ghana national team there had only 20 or 21 players because some other players were added to the team. Coach, on Diomundi. So what we say, is it the coach that makes the selection or some other people? And sir, how can we progress with such an attitude? And I'm sorry, but Ghana for me if you say me feed blasters maybe from 1992 ever, I can recollect very well. But who stretch it to the 60s, to the 50s, and the year you have a kind of Black Stars who this is the most disgraceful outing by the Black Stars in our nation's football history. And the managers of the team, the Ghana Football Association, should be held culpable for this disgrace because there were certain clear-cut decisions they had wrong, and they were not prepared to listen to anything but to project their selfish interest. Because now we have an association which have certain individuals whose interest is to project their players ahead of national interest. And me say because, for example, on April 10th, 2021, the FA president made it clear, say, no way will he allow national team coaches to decide who plays for the national team. He said it. He said it on Joy FM. And when he was pushed, Nasamne say it is not done anywhere. It is not true. It is not true. Say, Okofa coach ba, na coach yen selection we, na say Usabe scrutinize the selection the coach has made to the extent that Ubeyi players be free. Now the Udia Upabe Shema, where is the independence of the coach? Alutina Milo, Jordan Ayu, and Rat, Tisandra. Bon, no, Bamilo, on Peso Bassani, because the players that were forced on him, he doesn't trust them. It's unfunny, Bebo. San Yaman Kitty winner, Mimi did say, I can't boom to undermine our national team in Cameroon. And upon this, we have saved money. And Kutua bonuses, I can say, a team that consistently has proven to us that investment is not worth it. With all due respect, say you raised $25 million for the Black Stars for AFCON and the World Cup. Me, I'm not casting doom, but on the basis of what we have seen the team do in Cameroon, and I'm excusing the players. I think the team handlers from the management committee level to the technical team level say, I'm person, Papa and can't trauma. I'm telling you, this team will crush our World Cup dreams because they are going to do the same things we have been talking about. And it's just about 8 weeks away match. It's just about 8 weeks away. We are going to play any of the teams in the 9, and some of them are the AFCON. In fact, all of them are the AFCON. Senegal, Cameroon, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria. On the basis of what I have seen at the tournament, then football they be but we are speaking to logic. On the basis of what I have seen at the tournament, if we don't take immediate drastic measures to do the right things, World Cup no yenko, because the Comoros 3 goals against you. Say Gabon, Timi hold you. Say Morocco, Timi Shawa. Me, I would never believe that any of the top 10 teams now, top 9 teams now, you need to share on Mubiano, on Timi share Accra and Cape Coast.
Sure.
Even if only Timi share Cape Coast and Accra, they can put a goal here. And that goal, if you go away, can be against you.
Now, I have heard many say, sir, coach should be sacked. Should be sacked. But Utie coach, was it the major focus and qualifying Ghana for the World Cup? Team no be show mo enche until we can't fault him for that. Some position on the yarding.
Because a couple of months ago, about 3-4 months ago, when he was accepting to do the job, he knew the tax ahead. He was told in plain language, say, win the AFCON and you'll be paid $300,000 or so. Qualify us to the World Cup. Yes, those two things were made clear to him. You can say, and the major focus here, World Cup. Yes, it is true. He's only stating the fact. But what about the AFCON? He was also told that he should win the AFCON. He didn't tell us he can't win it. He did not say, I don't have the players I had 10 or 12 years ago. He didn't say that. He accepted the challenge to manage the senior national team at Cameroon and see, in fact, if you check some of the stories that came out, the FA president was categorical that Ghana will be in Cameroon to win the tournament. So what are we talking about? We can't give excuses at this time. Omwana are supervising this disgraceful campaign, and we know why it ended this way. The day are you, Mimi Blemuno. This is a guy who went out there to fight for his national flag. It happens. Maybe the referee was too harsh. Maybe we were not close to the action as the referee was, so he thought the red card was okay. But I know cannot be the reason why we lost, because right from the start of the competition, Morocco game, we saw how poorly we played. Gabon, we were almost winning the game, but for the last minute. And it showed in the competition, say, Ghana after 80 minutes, coach say, any changes because Omoaka or bench one on Germany and now no of realm Philemon Bafo or competition. Then Baba Rahman is in the Black Stars because his people are those running Ghana football. Is he the best number 3 in the country? No. Coach need the all candidate and the because your man is target or the target to now fair target no wait me achieve now we can say we focus your World Cup. If we don't take drastic actions now, the man will crash the World Cup dream because the beer there dancers say they are not prepared to do the right thing. You're Ghana, you bought Ghana Premier League. Here, FF4 now was best goalkeeper, best defender, best this, best that, goal king. But these guys do not even make it to a national team. How? Where does that happen? Now, Ghana number 1 goalkeeper in the country. I see Premier League on number 1, or you're second to a goalkeeper in a 3rd division football somewhere in Europe. What kind of thinking is that? I don't want to take on the goalkeeper who was imposed, but I'm saying that the amount of thinking that goes into decision making in selecting players for the national team are a suspect. And we have to point it out to the people managing our football side. We can't go on this way. Any say in Paibo, any GDA, any Sanimano. Adain, Comoros, Yaminti, Omumbai, sorry. Sabi, our brothers with the other faiths, Islam, the Akano. Mumbai. God doesn't play football. Nakupon Bemaya, Wadi, Obama, Yansan, Yamfenia, a sending your fata. Why, Yabasha, and no, Jesse, Yaminti Umpibo.
Now, final one, and if I know the answer about Kwame Ekasai, was it the GFA must fire the coach or the coach must resign? Opposition is saying,
oh, media city now, a Mukran American said the coach must be sacked. Me my candidate because I do not know yet. But me can say coach when the relevance was 10 or 12 years ago. But I send you has said me can. Some removed can ye because yes, who can quite say won't pay ye at the end of the I mean, and yen sa. If you know, Crown and I send a yes, we who in a year come up for it. Shall media any yaw, coach, I send we want to say. Sample Sikiakono. Now on Yadi, but the Casamos and post and on Yadi Puna ye in a few for a bar. The way and manner the GFA president went about it was embarrassing. To the extent that in the presence of cameras beaming the event to the rest of the world, GFA President Mekia says, Milo dear, Obenya control over the changing room, implying that CK did not have control over the changing room. He said, "Say, Milo dear, Onyema try makwe, Onye try and error coach," implying that CK was what try and error coach. Now the best material available to us has been the most disappointing coach in our football history because Ghana and Core AFCON that. Yet me really much. If you see that, even in the instances 80, 84, and the rest that were kicked out in the group stages, we won at least one game. Wait there, I mean, we scored, but Yentimi and we need a game. And I'm saying that such a coach cannot supervise our World Cup ambition. It has to be made clear. He cannot. Unless, of course, you're trying to say, yes, I'm a bobo. I mean, 2010, it was partly because of the quality of players around. It was partly because certain critical decisions were taken to the benefit of the team. This time, those decisions were not taken. If at all they were taken, it was to serve the parochial interest of certain people around the team. And 2010 example, no crown, cited because the conditions are not the same. Yama Baintia say national team no a year or mine dear, and now be club. It is a almost year Ghana food now who can say Yabaka wants them. Say your club. And I say obey and send your pair, unless I want to club. So in year, let me say I'm family home. But your born national anthem, your national colors, dear. All of us must be interested in the affairs of the national team because now taxpayers' money as in the eka. And so we should be interested and make them understand, say, it's been a poorly supervised competition, and we should tell them.
The final question, Samusi Milonkwa. Now you're just a few weeks for the World Cup qualifiers, you know. We are now going to begin a search for a new coach. We're also about to acclimatize with the players. What do you want to start at the EBA? Are we not already endangering the quest to qualify for the World Cup?
We are in between what a hard place and a rock.
A rock.
And I can't say it's quite a difficult situation for us. But me there. Say you ever call for another coach, not a World Cup dream ni say ya. Bepe no dance Milo be soup no say no because it's going to be the same soup. But as something now so just about removing the coach. It is also about selection. Selection. So Egypt found me 25 players. So first in 23, but COVID, CAF is stretching it to 28. Egypt said 28 and then 1 per 25. It's only move 25. Then can say Egypt bayadi, almost struggle kakra. But I'm saying that it tells you the level of confidence the players, the coaches had in naming 25 players. Ghana name 28. But in practice, we had just about 20 or 21 because some of them were not even fit. How do you take injured players to a competition? How? And it is not as if since you said, you say, oh dear, Dr. Snakacher said, now you mean omitting abo. Now you mean omitting abo. Tournament, I have 4 weeks. I have 4 weeks. What is the guarantee that they can even recover in good time to play and give you the sort of performance you expect from them? Where there a leadership failure, and your players, because me say ball minimum ball now frame ya. And your chrome and che ebia minimum ebia you didn't hear it. But I was sports team for nobody to Kaiwo. Your name national team and the players be grandma. One player came to tell us to say because season we 14 minutes per form the corner the form and so national team invitation. How do you run a national team like that?
Yeah.
80 opinion Milo there, he must go. But leadership of the FA, leadership of the management committee of the Black Stars, they have so many questions to answer. I think in the first instance, they must render an unqualified apology to the country and then explain to us why they are not culpable or why they shouldn't be held culpable for disgracing us in this fashion.
Bedo as minia se anapay oje mmerɛ na no medi enkomo